Hey there, welcome back to my kitchen, or maybe I should say my mom's kitchen. We are staying with her right now, so you will notice the kitchen is a little different. In today's video, we're going to be making some side dish recipes. All four of these are easy, budget-friendly, and still very flavorful, so let's go ahead and get started and I'll show you how to make them. First up today, we're going to make these delicious sautéed green beans. With this one, I went ahead and took 1 pound of green beans and I cut the ends off of every single one of them. I also cut off any bad parts and threw away any that just looked too far gone. Once those were all prepared, I went ahead and washed them really well in my sink with some cold water, and then I'm adding them into a skillet that I filled halfway up with water. Let the green beans come to a boil, and as soon as they are fork tender, you can go ahead and dump all the water out of there. Next, I'm adding 2 tablespoons of salted butter with a couple shakes of salt and pepper. You can just do that to taste. Let that butter melt and stir these green beans every once in a while, that way they get some good color on all sides. Once you begin seeing some color, then you can go ahead and add in 1 to 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. Let these continue to cook for about 1 more minute and then they are ready to go. Here's what they were looking like when they were all done. I went ahead and served these with some garlic parmesan pork chops and mashed potatoes. These went together so well. These green beans are buttery, garlicky, and they have a little bit of crisp on the edges, but overall they're still really nice and soft. Next up, we're going to make some Crockpot corn on the cob. To begin, I have a nice big crock pot here and I'm adding in 1/2 cup of water. Into that water, I'm adding 1 teaspoon of salt and 1 tablespoon of sugar. I just took a spoon and gave that a quick little mix together. Next, I am adding in 6 corn cobs. I did go ahead and remove the husks from these. Then I lightly sprinkled them with salt and added about 2 to 3 tablespoons of butter. Add the lid and cook this on a high heat for about 3 to 4 hours. Here's what it was looking like when it was all done. I did just add some more butter over top of this and sprinkled it lightly with some parsley. On the side, I just made some white macaroni and some butterfly shrimp to go with this, and this was a very easy and simple meal to make. Next up, we're making this bacon ranch broccoli salad, and this one actually turned out to be a really big hit with my family. To begin with this one, I'm just going to go ahead and cook about 1/2 pack of thick sliced bacon. This is after the bacon was done, that's why it is so small, it really shrunk up. And now over into this bowl, we're going to go ahead and get the sauce ready. You'll need to add in 1/2 cup of mayonnaise, 1/2 cup of sour cream, 2 teaspoons of lemon juice, about 3 to 4 tablespoons of ranch seasoning, or you can just use 1 packet. And at that point, then you can just go ahead and get that all mixed together. Next, I'm chopping up about 1/4 of a very large red onion, 2 small heads of broccoli. I'm just going to cut those into smaller bite-sized pieces. 4 ounces of any block cheese. I'm using sharp cheddar, but if you'd prefer to use medium or mild, you can do that. Last but not least, we're going to go ahead and chop up that bacon, add it all into the bowl, and then give everything a really good mix together to mix it with the sauce. Be sure to cover this and then add it into your refrigerator for at least 1 hour to let that get nice and cold and kind of let the flavors all come together. Here's what it looked like on my plate. This broccoli salad is so refreshing. It's not too heavy yet still super full of flavor. And then on the side you can see I served it with some watermelon and some cheeseburger sliders. Next up, we're going to make some loaded potato slices. Before getting started, go ahead and preheat your oven to 400 degrees. For this recipe here, you'll need to go ahead and cook up about another half pack of bacon. I'm just cooking up the remaining bacon from the last recipe. Next, you're going to need 3 large baking potatoes. With these potatoes, you'll just need to cut them into about 1/4 inch thick slices. And you'll just keep doing that until you've gone through all 3 of the potatoes, but try to make sure they are all the same size. After they're sliced, add them to a parchment paper lined baking sheet, and then you're going to take some melted butter, about half a stick, and just cover the top side of all of the slices. Next, I'm just taking some salt and pepper and sprinkling those lightly all over, and then those are going to go into the oven for about 15 minutes to start. While those are baking in the oven, I'm going to go ahead and chop up my bacon into nice small pieces, along with 3 green onions. Now here they are coming out after the first 15 minutes of cooking. At this point they should be pretty fork tender, so now I'm just going to use that fork and flip them all over onto the opposite side. And just like we did before, we're going to take some butter and go ahead and hit the other side of those with the rest of the butter and sprinkle them lightly with some more salt and pepper. Now back into the oven they go, but this time they're only going to cook for about 8 to 10 minutes. Now that they are cooked all the way through, we're going to go ahead and take some shredded mild cheddar cheese, and you're just going to top each of the potato slices with this cheese. And then they'll go back in the oven for about 1 to 2 minutes, just long enough to melt the cheese over the top. Now once these come out of the oven for the final time, now you can go ahead and add the rest of the toppings. My family all likes things a little bit different, so I just let everybody add their own toppings. For myself and my husband though, we really enjoy adding sour cream, bacon, and green onion on top. If there is another topping that you want to add on there, you can go ahead and do that as well. Anything will work, but this is a really great way to stretch some ingredients and make a nice little side dish. To go along with that, I just made some pork chops and some corn. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I do hope that you enjoyed and found a recipe that looks good to you. If you did make it all the way to the end of today's video, don't forget to leave me a flower down in the comments below to let me know that you did, and I'll be seeing you back here very soon. Bye!